We ain't ducking though. That's the first one of the season. We ain't ducking though. All that means is that we ain't going undefeated. That's all that means. That's all that means. We ain't going undefeated. Both times we won the bowl, we wasn't undefeated. I ain't worried. We here for it though. Tough loss. Eagles lose to the Broncos. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I really don't know where I want to start with this mixing pot of what happened today. But here's where I will start right at the top. You know, when you're winning and a guy is speaking out and people feel like you're winning, why are you complaining? Why are you making a big deal out of nothing when we are winning? So it seems a lot now. So when you lose, them words hit different. See now when them same words come back and you say them this week after a loss, you seem like a leader. You seem like a leader who's stepping up saying that we got to fix what's going on this week because it's a loss. So A.J. Brown's words are going to hold a lot more weight this week than in previous weeks to a lot of people. Because this is what he's been saying. It hasn't been enough by the offense. 17 points was not enough in this game. The Broncos found a way to get back into this game. And credit to them. Credit to them for doing what they had to do. They fought back in. But those refs did not do us any favors. But we not going to complain about the refs because we should have never been in that position. But we not going to act like on that last drive that shouldn't have been pass interference or at least illegal contact on Dallas Goedert down there at the 3, giving the Eagles a better shot at that final play. We're not gonna act like that. And then you got every week you got announcers. So this is the week that everybody, all the analysts, all the Eagles haters, everybody gonna find a way to come out of the woodworks and now try to say it with their chest this week. Everybody want to try to say it with their chest this week. But it's okay because now that's something that don't even got to be talked about no more. It's just like when kickers then made like 17 kicks in a row and they come out right before they have that important kick and they do that announcement and they say, "Oh, he's made 17 in a row, this, that, to the third," and then he misses right after the announcement. It's the jinx. They've been trying to get that jinx off on us every week. Oh, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, 17-0 since he was playing. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, 18-0. So they've been waiting. They've been waiting for this loss. And look, they've been waiting for a long, long time for this loss to come so they can feel justified in all the hate that they've been spewing around. Now there's some things that definitely got to be cleaned up. We still haven't found a way to get Saquon Barkley off. We still haven't found a way to get Saquon Barkley started. So offensive line to me is the key problem in all of this. Is I think the offensive line truly have been playing they've truly been playing some of like the longest football, and I just don't think a lot of guys is healthy. There's times out there it seems like, I know AJ is a man amongst boys, but some of them routes didn't seem like he was getting a whole bunch of separation. So so even though it didn't seem like he was getting a lot of separation at times. So I don't know if he has like some type of nagging injury that's going on or something, or maybe not. But I mean, definitely, I think some of the biggest keys that came away from this game was not hitting on the deep shot to AJ, not hitting on that deep shot to AJ. That was a big play we missed on. I definitely feel like the refs in the NFL screwed us on the Jahan Dotson pass too. I think that was a catch. I definitely feel like that was a catch. What did we have? 2 or 3 calls where even the announcers was like, that was a bang bang play. They really didn't have to call that, but it could be. Like the Zach Bond play. That is a key. That is a key. The Zach Bond play. The runner tried to stay up. It looked like he was up and possibly going to get away. I just don't feel like you needed to call that there. I get it. But do I feel like they needed to call that right there? I definitely don't think that they needed to call that right there. But they did. And it goes the other way too sometimes, but this time the bear, sometimes you get the bear and then sometimes the bear got you. So that's the story with the refs. But again, second half collapse. And the whole game I'm watching and I'm talking about, it's going to be a chess game at halftime. Who's going to make the halftime adjustments? And to me, this is the second bona fide highlighted with a highlighter where it is night and day between first half and second half. This seems like a yin and a yang, two sides of a face that don't agree. Is it a coin toss? You get the first half, I get the second half. And what is going on with these second halves so far? And not being able to get Saquon going. I get that. I think it's the offensive line. I don't know if real world things, and that's a joke, is affecting Stoutland University. Because I think Stoutland University is having some problems right now. It just don't seem as stout and as clean as it's been. And that's why I just think these guys are dealing with nagging injuries from playing the longest football they did, but there's no excuses. Everybody's out there playing. You put your helmet on, you suit up. It's no excuses. I just feel like we're not playing good football up front offensively, and it's affecting everything. And there's been times that Jalen has got time, so that's where the route concepts are coming back. And the play design. What is going on in these second halves? Now, even with all of that being said, we had a chance to win this game. The refs didn't do us no favors down there at the end with the Goddard penalty. But the point is, we might have had a couple more shots if we don't waste a whole 1 minute of time getting 3 yards. It was 3rd and 7 with like 40 or 30 seconds left, and we ran 2 plays to pick up 7 yards. There's a lot of things to point to, but let's look at that. What was going on in that sequence of plays? What was time management? What was you thinking? As a matter of fact, Jalen took a sack on that play. On the first play, on the first down of the game of that series, Jalen took a sack. And then we had a little underneath screen pass type thing to Saquon Barkley where he wanted to try to get out of bounds, but they didn't let him. And we wasted about a whole minute picking up 3 yards. Like, what is going on in that sequence? So even when you look at the chain of events, if we do better from the beginning and we don't waste a whole minute of clock, like these 2-minute drills got to be surgical. What do he say? I'm surgical with this thing. And we've seen 2-minute drop. Matter of fact, we've seen them executed against us by QBs who come down, get in the field goal position to win the game, tie the game, or in some cases take a go-ahead touchdown. We've seen it happen. I don't understand where our execution was in the beginning of that series. We wasted a whole minute to get 3 yards. When you look back at where we ended up, you look at how far they got with about 35 seconds versus what you did with a whole minute of clock. That time management in that situation was very, very nasty work. That was very nasty work. I mean, you practically could have spiked the ball after the sack the way the play went. You just wasted more and more time. More and more time that could have been crucial towards the end. Like, man, imagine if we had 10 more of those seconds of that minute we wasted. Imagine if we had 10 more seconds of that minute we wasted trying to pick up 3 yards. And so when you look back on it, things like that is what AJ and other people are talking about. Now, in a loss, when you highlight it, it don't seem like you being uh uh or you being an unjust fan. It don't seem like you being a diva. It don't seem like you just being a hater when you picking out these things in a loss. A lot of this is some things that we had already been saying. Although I feel like Jalen had, for the most part, he had a pretty good day passing the ball to Devontae Smith. We saw some Goddard. AJ got some targets. They was so I don't understand what's going on in there. It almost seems like it's like, okay, uh, uh, when you have two quarterbacks, like I think we did this with Donovan and Michael Vick, we did this with Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts. Like, you have a quarterback, you knocking his rhythm off because you pulling him out of the game to put this guy in to run these gadget plays, and you pulling him back out. So it's something like that. Like, I it's not the end of the world, though. I feel like to me, this loss came at the. I mean, I ain't mad at the loss. I don't like it. I can't stand it. But I ain't mad at this loss. With everything going on, especially internally, and it seemed like, you know, like I said, in this loss, now people got to be forced to listen to that tough conversation. In this loss, people behind closed doors have to be forced to listen and have the tough conversation that when you winning, it's like, oh yeah, we could do this better. Oh yeah, we could do that better, but we won. We're going so it's gonna be good in the next one. And you don't really fix what needs to be fixed. In the loss, everybody reflects, everybody digs deep. So you know what I mean? We're gonna go back to the drawing board. We still the defended, reigning Super Bowl champs. Don't ever forget that or mistake that. Don't ever forget that or mistake that. We still who we are. I mean, that's one loss. I mean, we're not going undefeated. That's it. You know what I mean? That's all that mean. Haters gonna get their 5 seconds of fame. They gonna crawl out the woodwork like the roaches they are, try to throw dirt on our name, you know. But at the end of the day, they can't never forget who we are. We are who we are, and it's just one loss. The road to the bowl is still through Philly, baby, because we still the champs. Denver might feel good for a moment. They got one off. Hats off to them. Hats off to them. They won. We dropped the ball. But it's on to Thursday night. The only best way to scratch this itch is to get back at it. And it ain't a whole bunch of I'm thankful because when the Eagles lose, it is a tough week. It is a tough week when the Eagles lose. Like my mood be off. It's crazy. So I'm glad that I ain't gotta wait all the way till Sunday. You know what I mean? Hopefully, we do what we supposed to do Thursday and we get our get back. You know what I mean? We listen, sometimes you be thinking you have it all together. And somebody got to tell you fell off just so you can look in the mirror. And if that's what they thought, remind them that you didn't. So, yeah, I mean, now, the Thursday, the Giants is the reminder that we ain't, the Giants is the reminder to the league that we ain't fall off. We still here. We who we is. All the talk that y'all gonna get for these short 4 days, don't forget this is a Saquon rivalry game. We about to get up for this. We about to get up for this, and we about to get right back on that winning track. So, listen, we got a short time to relish in this loss. I know it's a lot of haters clapping their hands, and they like, see, finally. But just like this, look, here's the challenge. Ask your quarterback to do it better. If you got all of this to say about mine, my challenge to you, ask your quarterback to do it better. Ask your quarterback to go win 20 games in a row. Ask him to go put a dub on wheels and win 20 of them things. Oh, and not just stop there. He got to get a championship ring in there. He got to get a Super Bowl ring in there. Oh, and the caveat with the cake on top, he got to get the Super Bowl MVP too. You know what I mean? My guy this, my guy that. My challenge to you, have your quarterback do better. Have your quarterback do better. If what my guy doing so mediocre and everybody can do it, my challenge to you is ask your quarterback to go win 20 games in a row. Ask him to go put 20 in a row, including the playoff run, including a championship win with a championship ring, including a Super Bowl championship and a Super Bowl ring. Oh, and the icing and the caveat on top, ask your guy to also be Super Bowl MVP in that time span. Then come back to this table and talk to me. Come back to this table. Come back to this table right here. No Easy Outlet, the podcast. Come to this table right here and talk to your boy and tell me about it. Till then, it's one loss. We ain't got long to relish in this. As a matter of fact, it's been a very long time since we had to feel this. So it's good that we got to feel this, so we don't forget what that feeling feel like. Sometimes when you always winning, you forget what losing feel like, and that hungry. So yeah, I mean, guess what? The dog's back off the leash now. We might have been resting because we was eating good, but the dog's off the leash now, and we needed that. So congrats, haters. Have your little fun right now. But if your record ain't better than mine, you can shut up. Shout out to my boy. But if your record not better than ours and you not a defending, reigning Super Bowl champ right now, you could kick rocks. If you not a reigning Super Bowl champ right now, you could kick rocks. Real. Until Thursday when we get on to the Giants. So that's what it is with your boy. Post game. Eagles lost. It's a tough one. We shouldn't even be here. I was definitely chasing that 5-0 burger. But like Jalen Hurts said many years ago, we've been 5-0. We've been 6-0. We've been 7-0. We've been 8-0. We've been 9-0. We've been 10-0. And we lost the Super Bowl. So it's about getting better, chasing the road to greatness so we can run them things back to back. It's your boy, Mr. B-EAZY 215. No Easy Outlet, the podcast. You dig? Yes, sir. Bird Gang. Let's go.
This is a message to all the haters out there. If you don't like what I do, but you watch everything I'm doing, you're still a fan.